Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in third in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
On second down, Swift. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Here's Swift. Able to power through. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Amani Hooker. And the Bears are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. So, CD, his very first pass of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know that's a major surprise for any quarterback because, look, let's face it, no one thinks about throwing interceptions. But think about all the warm-up that we saw, right? Every pass he threw wasn't a single interception because, oh, that's right, there were no defenders out there. A little bit different when there's live guys out there chasing the football.
On first and 10, it's Swift. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18. The run got 4. Now they deal with a second and 6. On the handoff, this is Swift. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 45 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. They'll run right here with Swift. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably...
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. DeAndre Swift, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago and in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
2nd and 10. On play action, Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Play action. It's Fields. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the 50, here's Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
Fields. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by a Fitu Melifonwu. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's a handoff to Swift. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Rolling to his right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. On 2nd down, Swift. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Lions are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point forthcoming. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit. Scramble drill there, partner. Some teams have some pretty good rules for it. Others are just saying, make sure you work your way back into the sight lines of your quarterback, even if you take the play deep. And that's what they attempted to do on that one, unable to connect.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play there on the catch and run. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Fields. Oh, he bowls over it. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. Here's Fields. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Levi Onwuzurike in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields completes a Mooney on the slant. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st down, Fields. Here's Johnson with a reception. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Deontay Johnson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears draw a bit closer. So a one-handed grab in the end zone. Nothing much more rewarding than that for a guy catching it.
Not at all. And with what we just saw there, that type of a one-handed catch, what's next? Maybe they go up and almost Velcro it with their jersey in the ball. That's about all that's left. That play, simply spectacular.
So a one-handed grab in the end zone. Not much more impressive than that. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
87 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now it's Swift. And shutting him off. Now open field. And nothing but green grass here. Middle of the field. Touchdown, Detroit. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs. And that one certainly fell into the latter category. That deserves a couple exclamation points.
And what was impressive to me is not just how much he wanted it, but how he fashioned it. I mean, he was shedding tacklers left and right, evading tacklers left and right. And when you think about the energy it takes to ward guys off, That's really impressive. He still managed to keep his balance and turn this into a fantastic run.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. Here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Absolutely. Very well could have been a third interception in half number 1. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
See some head shaking on that defensive sideline because so much focus on taking away what he did last week as NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Big gain there for him to start.
I love your observation, because you would think they'd be prepared for him after what he did the previous week. But sometimes that skill set actually intimidates a defense, and he used it to his great advantage.
A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A great effort there. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on first and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And, you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is Jakeem Grant. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
He takes it to the 15. A nice display of power. And it gives him a nice pickup. 161 yards rushing for him, as he has been tough to stop here this first half. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. With touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Lions are able to widen their lead here in this first half. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Jakeem Grant now to return. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now it's Fields. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. Room to run past midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Fields throwing again. That's complete right side to Kmet. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That's 30 yards now in the last 2 plays, back-to-back 15-yarders, and they're rolling. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Fields now to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Grant. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Deontay Johnson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. Then the Bears get a bit closer. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead now down to 20. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now
Swift is hit, and he coughs it up. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Looking to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And that nearly intercepted. But it's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
And it's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. Here comes the Lions punter now. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. Now a 1st down throw, Fields. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Here's 2nd and a yard. Out of the gun, Fields. Eluding the pressure right. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Fields. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Going for the deep ball. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A big play there as time expires in the first half. And the Lions will extend their lead here just before halftime. Now the try here for the point after. And that stretches the lead to 27. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot. Pretty unlikely, but you still have to go out, take pride.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked up by Afitu Melifonwu. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
2nd and 5. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And the Bears are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this two-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. They'll start things on first with Tariq Cohen. And some room to roam now. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them can...
Oh, Cohen lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They had 2 straight first downs. Now a gain of 9 to set up 2nd and 1.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They'll roll him out right. He gets this one to Johnson. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And the lead is down to 20.
Makes the score Lions 41, Bears 21.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. He's going to go up top again. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but There's still something about a guy slinging one downfield. Extra point right down the middle. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Fields swings this out here for Cohen. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Fields. Rolling to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete. So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. A shotgun snap, Fields escaping the pressure right. Finding some room at midfield, and he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Fields throw taken in by Grant. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
There's a nice pickup right there. And after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
On 1st down, it's Fields. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And that is taken in by Hurst. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 15-yard line. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
I got you. Watch the safety creep.
Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw.
And got his man complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big connection on that one. 35 yards. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
From the 3, 2nd and a yard. On the handoff, it's Cohen. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. They try again with Cohen. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen. And this time he is in. Tariq Cohen. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead now down to 20. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right? And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is picked up by the Bears. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. Well, number 1 on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the 3rd, that right there, give the football away. I love when you speak like that. You know how doctors talk about taking the Hippocratic Oath, first do no harm? You just did the football-cratic one right there. Don't give the ball away when you have a lead that you can lock this game down with. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd down now. It's Cohen. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. The Bears on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 62 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Now with shotgun handoff to Cohen. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On the give, this is Cohen. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 20-yard line. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football. The Bears on 3rd down. They've been excellent. 6 for 7. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Play action. It's Fields. Flushed out right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. He finds his man complete. It's Grant. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. This is Cohen. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
Back to throw, Fields. A throw left side taken in by Kmet. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the first down marker. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. They snap it to Fields. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now obviously they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now,
he's got a man complete. The 20. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Lions add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Now the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The return man is Grant. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Steps away to his left. And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw complete here to Kmet. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Lionsons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept...
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. He's going to look deep down the field. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. A big play there for Detroit. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Grant sets to return it. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays, they...
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Afitu Melifonwu. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
And down to the 36-yard line here. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he gets it down to the 32. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. They'll run here with Swift. A gain of 3, second down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Detroit, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Bears, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville.